I'm Anil Kumar. Here is a test question for you to check if the fraction will result into a terminating or a repeating decimal. So you can pause the video, copy the question, answer, and then check with my solution, right? So let me write down test for you, okay? So this one is the test. The question is, predict whether the decimal equivalent of each fraction will be terminating or repeating decimal. Now, to answer such questions, there are two steps which you should follow. Step number one, write fraction in lowest terms. This is first step, right? And the second step is prime factor of denominator so you need to check prime factors of denominator are only 2 or 5, then fraction is terminating. Decimal, else repeating. So that is how you can check, right? So you can do these two tests to find out the answer. Let's begin with the very first one, which is 6/15. As you will notice, 3 is a common factor. So the equivalent fraction is dividing by 3 will give us 2/5. Now since the denominator has only 5 as the factor, it should be a terminating decimal. So this one is a terminating. So I'll write T for terminating and R for repeating. Next one, 26/15. It is already given in the lowest term. So let us do prime factorization of 15. So what are the factors of 15? Factors of 15 are 3 and 5. Now since it has 3 also, this one should be repeating. So this one is repeating. Now you'll note that 15 is the denominator in both the cases. However, the first one results into terminating decimal, the second one into repeating, since 3 cancelled out here. Do you see? 3 times 2 was 6. That is the reason. And that is the reason why we need to write the fraction in lowest terms first. Okay, let's move on. 35/14. Here we can divide both by 7. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 2 is 14. Now only 2 is in the denominator, and therefore this should be terminating. See, 7 is a factor of denominator, however it gets cancelled, and therefore it is not repeating, it is terminating. So that is the trick. Let's simplify 26/14 first. It is 13/7. Since 7 is not out of this list of 2 and 5, that should be repeating decimal. So that is the key idea. 123/256. Now this 256, if you check, it has only prime factors. Let me do prime factorization of 256. So 256, let me use a different thing. Okay, so 256, keep on dividing by 2. So once you divide by 2, you get 1, 2, 8. Now again by 2, you will get 64, then by 2, 32, then by 2, 16, then by 2, 8, then by 2, 4, and then by 2, 2 and 2. So only 2's are the factors, and therefore dividing by 256 will result into terminating decimal. The last one is 6250. Now you can find the prime factors of 6250. Let's do it. 6250. It is 10 times 625. 10 is 2 times 5. So we have 2 and 5 as our factors. That is for terminating. But let's see what is 625. It is 25 times 25. And 25s have 2 factors. 5, 5. Do you see that? So what we see here is all the factors are 2's or 5's. And therefore, that should be terminating fraction, decimal, right? So this fraction results into terminating decimal. So what you can do is you can check with calculator. Let's say 4, 5, let's switch it on. 4, 5, 6, 7 divided by 6250 equals 2. So we do get 0.73072, which is terminating, right? So what we notice here is that if we first write the fraction in lowest terms and then find prime factors of the denominator, and if the denominator prime factors are only 2 or 5, then the result will be terminating decimal, otherwise it will be a repeating decimal. I hope that helps. Thank you and all the best.